Hey guys, and welcome back to another riveting art video. Please excuse my voice, I lost it, and I actually can talk more now than I could this morning, but if it bothers you, just mute the video, but please keep watching, and I'm gonna try my best to talk as much as I can. First off, I'd like to say thank you everyone who has subscribed. I've gained like 400 new subscribers and I'm so close to hitting 1,000. I think I might hit 1,000 tonight or tomorrow morning. So thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get started on prompt number 5, our first drawing for this video. Prompt number 6 actually, Husky. I'm sorry, I'm going to be clearing my voice a lot. So yeah, I was originally going to try and come up with something a little bit more creative for Husky and like maybe draw a husky guy, because often husky is used as an adjective to describe a male who is a little thicker, has like a deep voice and like a beard and stuff like that. But I never draw animals and I draw portraits all the time. And I need practice drawing animals, and Inktober is all about practice and getting better and being consistent. So I really wanted to try and draw an animal. Never really done one other than like a little sketch or something. So that being said, I'm really happy with how this turned out. And so it is up on my Redbubble, and I put it up on my Redbubble a couple days ago. Just like, because as I'm finishing them, I'm uploading them and queuing them and things. And somebody already bought a pair of socks with this husky on them, which is really exciting. So if you're watching this and that was you, thank you so much. Whoever it was is in North Carolina. Alright, so day 7 was Enchantment. So this was one of those days where I instantly had an idea of what I wanted to do. And so I was really excited to do it. But at the end product, I wasn't very happy with. I think I just had like super high expectations and thought it would turn out like just so beautiful and all these things. And I think it would have turned out better on a larger scale. Because I wanted to do all these like little intricate details, and my pens are only get so small, and my 0.005 micron is kind of dead. I need to buy a new one. So yeah, I just wanted to do this like kind of classic Renaissance type portrait. So these Renaissance portraits, they were very inspired by the Greeks, so you'll see it's a very Greek looking robe and everything, but it's more of inspired by the Renaissance paintings. I don't know. I minored in art history. I like to trail on and on about these kind of things, but it's semantics at this point. Once again, I do have a reference that I used for this. I'm honestly not sure if my reference was classical or a contemporary one, but it was my reference nonetheless. And once again, my Pinterest drawing reference board is linked in the description. I noticed a lot of you guys have started following it. It has like 17 followers now. So yeah, I guess that's a way to get a little sneak peek of what I'm going to be drawing as I add things to that Pinterest board. So my background was definitely a little lackluster. I wanted to do all these details, but I just felt really intimidated and just didn't feel like I was going to be able to produce something good enough. I was really doubting myself on this day. Day... what is it now? 8? Yeah, day 8 was Frail. So I think my very first thought, you would think it would be like an old person or something like that, but I instantly thought of like a witch's broom, but one that's like super kind of like thin and scraggly and like doesn't have the best like bristles on it. Oh, my voice just keeps getting worse the more I talk, but I need to do this voiceover. So I instantly thought of doing a witch's broom, And I was like, I don't know, I feel like people might not get it, blah blah blah. But I keep, just like last video, I discredit people's ability to like think or something, I don't know. And I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. I think some parts of it, the like the bottom bits of the bristles could be a little more refined, but this was one of those days I was just busy and I needed to get my drawing done, really, just to be consistent. But I'm super happy with the way the little background turned out, and I'm super happy with the way like the wooden stick part of the broomstick looks. Like, I'm really happy with how that looks. And I also think when I looked at it on Redbubble, I sound like I'm just trying to advertise myself, which like low-key am, but also just like seriously, when I put this one on Redbubble, I think it just looks really cute on like the mugs and stuff. Yeah, I love doing little stars. They were a little unnecessary, but I just, couldn't help myself. I was in a really Halloween mood. So yeah, I just wanted to think about Halloween, I guess. And then we are on, I just need to bring my list over here in front of me so I can stop just saying, what day is this? Day 9 is swing. So this was another one of those, I was like, I gotta come up with something smart. I gotta come up with something clever. But I never draw landscapes and I never draw swings. So I really, forced myself to like, let's just actually do a swing, because that's me stepping out of my comfort zone. I would be in my comfort zone if I, tried to do like a person with some sort of like swing quality or something. So, and I'm really trying to force myself out of my comfort zone during Inktober. At the end of the day, I'm actually kind of happy with how it turned out. I think for someone who never does landscapes, I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, so let's go ahead and do something I am a little bit more comfortable with, and I love doing, in the past I've actually done a Halloween sort of mandala thing. And so we're on day 10 pattern, and I was like, how cute would it be to do like a Halloween pattern? And I've done something similar to this a long time ago. But it wasn't a drawing. I like actually cut out little ghosts and cut out a pumpkin, and I did it on my dorm room door or something. When I was a freshman in college. So I'm actually, this is my favorite illustration from the week. I really like it. Sorry for that weird pause there. I was thinking about something, but I'm going to say it later at the end of the video, and I just don't want to say it now. I want to be a little bit more candid in my voiceovers. I don't want it to seem like I'm like planning out and have a script. That's why I'm kind of recording it like this. But yeah, super happy with how it came out. I think it's honestly my favorite, and I can't wait to like post it on my Instagram, honestly. There were times during it I was like, oh my god, it's not going to be like perfectly centered and everything's not going to be perfectly sized. But I was like, that's not the point. If I'm doing it by hand with traditional media, the point is that it's not going to be perfect. So, And so prompt number 11 is snow. And I had a weird idea. And that was to do like a paper snowflake. And as you can see, here's me dangerously using my X-Acto knife. Almost cut myself a couple times there. And I make this little snowflake. And so this idea is compositionally not the most exciting. However, I feel like technique-wise it probably pushes the most boundaries. So I had this idea. I cut out the snowflake and I used it sort of as a mask, as an area that won't get any ink on it. So as you can see, I just kind of like do some stippling around the edges just to really define that border. And then I just start painting like straight over it. And in theory, the paper on top will absorb any any ink that's gonna go in that area. So usually I do a combination of like flat washes and some splatters and stuff, and to keep it nice and flat, I put some double-sided tape on select areas. And like I said, compositionally not the most exciting. However, I think the technique I used is super interesting, and I'm kind of interested to see if there are any other ways that I can incorporate this throughout the month. Alright, and so last but not least, we have prompt number 12, which is dragon. And I had some other ideas for this. Initially, I was going to do like somebody with a dragon tattoo, because that's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of dragons, because I really want to get a dragon tattoo. But then all of a sudden I thought about Jake Long, the American Dragon, and it was literally like one of my favorite TV shows when I was a kid. And once I got that in my mind, I couldn't go back. So I drew Haley Long, which is Jake Long's little sister, but I kind of drew her as like a teenager, and instead of like pigtails, she has the two little ponytails on the top with the little like, she has like little balls on the hair bands, and then a collared shirt under like a sweater vest. And so obviously I aged her up a little bit or whatever. So yes, prompt number 12 is technically fan art, and I hadn't done any portraits this week, so I, had to treat myself and do a little bit of a portrait, okay? And a little bit of fan art. I never do fan art, so it's really weird for me to say that I did fan art as well. But I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. Maybe not the most exciting, but sometimes I don't want to do the most exciting composition. Or this week I was just really busy, and like you can tell by my voice I'm a little sick. So, alright. This is all of the drawings from this week's prompts. As you can tell, I'm ahead on prompts, but I'm doing this so that I can inspire you guys for what your prompts are, like what you're going to do for your prompts later this week. If you do take inspiration from any of my stuff, make sure to tag me. I'm Izzy Sneed on like Instagram and Twitter. And here I just wanted to show you some of the products that you can get my Inktober drawings on. Here are those socks that I said someone in North Carolina already ordered. A sticker of that broomstick. And then I actually bought myself this pillow with the pattern. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. You can get all of those products on my Redbubble, which is linked below. Make sure to subscribe, and yes, if you are still listening, I will be doing a fun video themed around hitting 1,000 subscribers, which is insane, and I'm so thankful. So see you next week for another riveting art video.